Hey, Derek. How you feeling? I heard the surgery went okay. Everything okay?
Yeah. Hey, Miranda. Yeah. I just woke up about 2 hours ago. The doctor explained everything a while ago. Now I'm just sitting bored out of my wits.
Sorry I wasn't there to be by your side. Must have felt a little neglected. I was a bit busy, and besides, I just couldn't walk into a hospital under the circumstances.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
So, what happened? How's it going to go from here? I called the doctor, but he wouldn't tell me a thing. Will you be able to walk okay after a little bit of therapy?
Yeah, about that. There was some explanation before the surgery. Apparently, the leg is irreparable. He said I would probably be wheelchair-bound for the rest of my life.
No way. That can't be right.
The doctor said all my nerves and stuff are shot. No chance of them working again. I remember the front seat of the car. It was flat as a pancake. You know what? I was ready for it. I mean, emotionally, I kind of knew I would never walk again. But gotta be honest, reality hurts.
So, what happens now? How are you going to live?
Well, not like I used to, for sure. Gotta change my ways, I guess. Probably I have to fix up the house. Need to make it barrier-free. Ramps, handles, that kind of stuff. Probably have to do major work on the bathroom and shower stall, too. Probably won't be able to drive a car anymore. I was in sales, so probably won't be able to continue working. Not this job, at least. Hopefully the company will keep me on in one shape or another. So I don't think I have to worry about losing my job. But all that experience I gained, it won't be any good to me anymore. The doc will probably explain everything to you about living at home and all. I hate to say this, but this may be hard on you going forward, Miranda.
I'm sorry. I can't do this. Yeah, this is not me. I can't do this.
Excuse me?
I said I can't. I could never do that. I mean, nursing stuff? Taking care of handicapped people? I'm sorry. I don't want to say this, but I can't. I want a divorce.
Wait a sec. Excuse me? Divorce? Are you serious?
That's the only option. I just can't do this. I can't nurse a handicapped guy. I'm sorry. Do you think I could change your bedpan? We're the same age. Oh, no way I could do that. Sorry. Oh, and to think I would have to do it for the rest of my life? For years? No, never. This is not happening. Ugh, just thinking about it makes me sick.
Am I hearing you correctly? What the hell do you mean?
And about your job. Can you really continue in the condition? They may keep you on for a while, but you never know. They may fire you after a while. What are you going to do then? Just live off your folks? And you really think you can find a new job? Like that? Do you realize how much it would cost for your therapy? And renovating the house alone will cost a fortune. No way I'm giving up my life. No, future. Just being poor. I'm still young, for crying out loud.
Come on, Miranda. Calm down, would you? I can certainly understand you panicking about this whole thing, but why do you have to be so negative about it all? I'm the victim here. I shouldn't be the one that's depressed.
Anyway, I have no intention of babysitting you forever. I'm going to fill out the divorce papers, so I'll leave it on the kitchen table. When you get home, sign it and submit it ASAP, okay? I won't be there. Don't come looking for me either.
Hold it a second, Miranda! You can't just decide to get divorced just like that!
I've already made up my mind, so please, let's just get this over with. And get your folks or friends or whatever to get you home, would you? I can't do it. That's it for me. Goodbye. Hey, Derek. I said hi to you today. Why did you ignore me? I went out of my way to say hello to you, for Pete's sake.
Oh, was that you, Miranda? I had no idea it was you. You've changed.
Yeah, well, I recognized you right away. I spotted this little guy sitting there with a bunch of other businessmen in suits. I took a closer look, and there you were, sitting in your wheelchair. Well, it's been 3 years. Have you gotten used to moving around in your wheelchair?
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at it. Don't need much help to get around, which is great. How about you, Miranda? You look, your clothes and makeup, sort of flashier than I remember, and your tummy looked kind of big. Did you get remarried?
No, we're not married yet, but we've been living together for the past year or so. We plan to officially tie the knot after the baby is born.
Yeah? Well, congratulations.
I'm really happy now. Nice guy, baby on the way. Oh, boy, did I make the right decision. I can't imagine what my life would be like if I hadn't divorced you. Being in that wheelchair and all, I bet you're doing some sort of filing work, right? To be honest, you look totally out of place among those businessmen. In contrast to you, my guy, you know how much he makes? He's got an annual salary of over $1 million. You would never measure up to him.
What the hell is this? Did you contact me just to treat me with contempt? If that's the case, goodbye.
Come on, Derek. Just kidding around. I wouldn't do that. I just wanted to share some of our joy and happiness with you, that's all. You wouldn't believe my future husband. He's a real catch. He works at Conrad Industries. I'm sure you've heard of the...
You mean Conrad Corporation?
Yeah, that huge multinational corporation. Anybody working in business knows this company. It's a huge company. If you're looking for work, I could ask my guy. I'm sure he'll find something for you. Oh, he could probably get you a job doing some kind of desk work. It's a big company. I'm sure there's something for you. I mean, truth be told, they have to hire certain types of people. You know what I mean? Just ask for Andrew Sutton at the HR department at Conrad Corporation. They might find you something. You never know. You may be of use to them, image-wise.
Hold on a second. Did you say Andrew Sutton? Is he your boyfriend? This Andrew Sutton?
What? Do you know him or something? Oh, I can't believe this. I didn't realize he was so famous around here.
Yeah, he's one of our lower-ranking employees.
Excuse me? What do you mean by that? Lower-ranking employee?
You said his name was Andrew, right? Sutton? Yeah, I know him. Pretty well, as a matter of fact. He just got recruited and is currently working under me at my company.
Wait. What? What are you talking about? What is this about your company?
Yeah, it's a long story, but my last job? There was no place for me there, so I quit. After that, I joined my uncle's company. My uncle's single, so he was looking for someone to take over the company. To make a long story short, he heard I quit and asked me to take over for him. as president of the company. That company is, well, Conrad Corporation.
No way. You're making all this up to get back at me, aren't you? What? Are you telling me you're the CEO of Conrad Corporation?
Yeah, well, it's only been a couple of years, and I'm still learning the ropes. Oh yeah, this guy, Andrew Sutton, I know him well. We just recruited him this year. But I hate to say this, but I really don't hear anything positive about his performance so far. On the first day of work, he arrived 3 hours late. He would say he was going out to meet with a client, but actually, he was at some club having fun with some girls. Obviously, with an attitude like that, well, work performance suffers and, how should I put this, gets pretty crappy. I really don't understand why HR even hired the guy. Well, he hasn't been here long, still in the trial period. Probably end with that.
Wait a second. Let me get this straight. You said he got recruited this year, right? He said he's been at the company for like 10 years. He said everyone looks up to him, that he's really busy with clients, getting new clients all the time. One of your top salespeople. He said he's in line to become vice president. He wears really nice clothes. And I mean, that Rolex.
Oh my god, you fell for that? That's all BS. And him making $1 million a year? Come on, Miranda. You know that's a bunch of horse crap. He's only been receiving an average salary for about 3 months now. You really think a guy who only started working a few months ago would be making $1 million a year? That's just downright crazy!
But that's what he told me. He was, like, dressed and...
I'm sure he uses that trick on every woman he sees. Anybody can dress up nicely and wear a Rolex. Sure it wasn't a Swatch? As a matter of fact, I saw him the other day. That suit and that leather briefcase he carries around, those were obvious Chinese knockoffs. He seems pretty proud of them, though, showing them off to the office girls. But they were all laughing behind his back.
No way. This is not happening. Was I conned by this guy? I have this child. What am I going to do?
Oh, that reminds me. About your folks. Now that you're back, really wish you would pay them back. Your folks still seem to be having a hard time, you know?
Huh? What are you talking about? What about my parents? Pay them back for what?
The settlement for that crash you caused, and the money for the divorce. Nobody could get in touch with you after you signed those divorce papers and disappeared. You just withdrew all the money from your account, some of which your folks saved for you, and took off on some trip to God knows where. You were just gone. Nobody knew where you were. So, your parents paid for everything. The settlement for the accident, and compensation for the divorce, which you initiated.
Excuse me? Wait, what? Why the hell did you go and do that?
Go and do what? It's my right. You had no job. How could you even pay? All I did was have them pay me on your behalf. Your parents were very apologetic. They were grief-stricken by the whole thing and paid up in full. The total came to $1.5 million.
Excuse me? 1.5... What? Are you nuts?
Yeah. Rehabilitation and therapy, renovating the house, the settlement. They put their home up for sale and any other assets they had. They even dipped into their retirement savings to pay it all off. I heard they're living in a small apartment downtown. Apparently, they're both working to pay off your debt. They said they had no choice but to try and save enough for retirement.
How could you? How How could you do that to my parents? Ugh, I can't believe this!
Well, it's because you ran away. You dumped me, you put me in this wheelchair, you refused to nurse me back to health, and just took off. That's why. Do you really think that I wanted that? I wanted to stay married to you. I thought you would have a little remorse. I was a little reluctant to have them pay, but they were adamant about paying. They said they would make you pay them back when you returned home. They said they already sold the house and all the assets they had. I was in trouble too, as you can imagine. I couldn't walk. I needed rehabilitation. It's not cheap, you know. So they offered the settlement, and I took it. It's all your fault that your folks are suffering. Think long and hard about that.
But I was only...
Your folks were in tears. They were furious that you took off. Leaving the whole mess to them, they apologized profusely for what their daughter did. I really felt sorry for them. You really should go and see them. You simply disappeared without even apologizing. You better see them and start paying them back. I hate seeing them like that. It breaks my heart.
How am I supposed to pay that back? It's not something I can pay back in a few months. Besides, I'm broke. I don't have that kind of money.
Well, you said you're going to marry Andy. I can call him Andy, right? Have him pay for it. He makes $1 million annually, right? You could pay it back in like 4 or 5 years, right?
That's impossible! Are you crazy? Besides, all he said was total BS. How can I marry a lying schmuck like that?
But if you don't marry him, what are you going to do with the kid? By the looks of it, you don't have long.
What the hell am I going to do? Hey, Derek. Could you... I mean, you haven't remarried or anything yet, right? You know, maybe we can... What I mean is...
Come on, Miranda. Don't tell me you want you and me to be, like, married again. I hope you're not saying that. Sorry to say this, but I have no intention of getting back together with someone who betrayed me. And I really don't want to bring up some other guy's kid. Especially this guy.
Please. I apologize for what I did. I'll do anything, so please, think it over. I'll take care of you, Derek. I'll be your nurse. Please?
No thanks. I really don't need your condolences. As for nursing, I have a professional assistant doing that. So yeah, no thanks. It's not me you should be apologizing to. It's your parents. The divorce has already gone through, and the accident settlement is over with. I have nothing to do with you anymore. We're complete strangers. You guys figure the rest out, and good luck with that.
Please, Derek, wait.
I want nothing to do with you, so don't ever contact me with your BS again. I better go. I have work tomorrow. Good night. I heard later that she really laid into Andy after that. He confessed that all he said was one big lie, that he made the whole thing up. And the nice, spacious apartment they were living at? It turned out it wasn't his, just a monthly rental. Apparently, they argued all night, and after they both fell asleep, he escaped and disappeared. It seems he took all the cash they had and terminated the lease on the apartment. Miranda was left dumbstruck, not knowing what hit her. She had nowhere else to go but to her parents' tiny apartment. After she had the baby, she started working various part-time jobs in order to pay her folks back and to bring up her child. As for Andy, he kept taking time off without permission and eventually got fired. Miranda's child was eventually adopted by a relative and seems to be growing up just fine. If only she had ignored me when we met that time. Maybe she would have enjoyed herself a little longer. You never know. Maybe things would have worked out for her? She had to go out of her way to chide me, which led to her demise. Well, I hope she comes to her senses and lives a respectable life. Maybe she'll get her kid back someday. Me, you ask? Well, I still have a lot to learn. Running a huge company is no easy task. But my uncle has given me the stamp of approval, so I don't plan to let him down anytime soon.